Should we do Watch This, Jerks?
Sure. You know what I finally got around to watching?
Jerks?
Top Gun 2. Maverick? Top Gun Maverick, I think it's just called. I don't think there's a 2 actually in the title, but that second Top Gun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what it's about, and you're going to call me a liar. What do you know about this movie?
Nothing.
I'm still going to watch it, so don't completely spoil it.
I don't even want to hear.
I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah. But I'm going to spoil it in my own way.
No,
Right.
I'm going to say that they're pilots, and they need to get ready to fly in a small trench to drop a bomb at a hole that's only 4 meters wide so they could destroy the large indestructible enemy base that's only penetrable from this 4 meter wide vent.
Yeah, I think I heard somebody else mention something like that.
So
Sounds
I don't know.
Vaguely familiar.
I don't know
RoboCop.
if you've
Sounds like
ever seen a
RoboCop.
movie. I don't know if you've ever watched a movie where that was sort of like the main plot point.
Right.
But-
Well, it worked for them.
Yeah. It just made me laugh out loud. There is more to it than that.
It worked for them twice.
Yeah, exactly. It did.
It was so good. They did twice, maybe 3 times by the time they got through all.
People missed
9
it.
movies.
People missed it in the second movie. They didn't even recognize it as a Star Wars movie.
It was. I mean, because I don't want to give too much away, but there is a point where they even show like the computer simulation of what the run should look like,
Right.
and I'm like, come on, they had to be self-aware of what they were doing. And I want to believe that it's some sort of like meta take on like they knew what they were doing, and this is sort of like an intentional thing. I recommend the movie. I did like it. That's not the whole movie, but it's a part. It's like a big part of it. Yeah, it's definitely.
Did you like the part where Tom Cruise turned off his targeting computer and relied only on Scientology?
Okay, I would say that something like that doesn't happen, but something like that totally happens.
All right.
Yes, that. Yep.
I like this movie. I want to see this more now.
I know. I didn't know this either.
I was already sold on this movie, but
Does he talk to ghosts in the movie?
I'm not gonna say much more than
So
that.
that's a yes. He does.
The only other thing with this movie, the thing that drove me nuts, because they never explain it. So
the
Jennifer
robots, the talking robots, was too much, right?
Yeah, the talking robots, and the guy who I don't understand that guy half the time. No. So Jennifer Connelly plays, the love interest in this. That's not a spoiler. She's the only woman in the movie. But she inexplicably, she owns this dive bar, and inexplicably she goes to pick him up later, and she's driving a Porsche.
Okay.
And then they go for a sail in her sailboat, which is easily a $1 million sailboat. And they never quite explain where does the woman who owns the dive bar on an Air Force
They probably
base
cut
lot,
that scene out where they explain how she's got money.
Yeah,
did you need a loan scene in this one? Is that what you needed?
I just did she win the lottery? Did she inherit it? Did she, we know that she's divorced, but they could have thrown in a line. Yeah, that divorce is finally final, and I got everything. I don't something.
I look forward to checking that part out specifically.
Yeah. You know what? Because it's a little weird because she's in this dive bar and she's trying to make money and she's wiping the tables,
Right.
and then it's cut to $1 million sailboat.
Maybe she's just passionate about alcohol. She wants to serve and serving.
Poor.
Yeah.
Maybe she's sailboat poor.
She spends all the money on the boat.
She spent all her money on the
boat.
And the car.
And the car.
And the dive bar. And the jet fighter. She doesn't fly the jets, right?
No, she doesn't fly the jets.
Okay.
Yeah.
She just runs the jet fighter bar.
She runs the jet fighter. She runs the pilot bar. She drives a Porsche, and she has a sailboat. And I'm not going to say I'm an expert on sailboats, but
But I'm an expert on sailboats.
But I know a sailboat when I see one, and it's like a competition racer sailboat. Those things are easily $1 million. I'm like, where did that come from?
It's probably sponsored. It's probably a product placement.
It might be
from Boatco.
Boatco.
No, this is not an Adam Sandler movie.
No, nope. Very strange. Anyway, but I it's not bad. Shipwreck, you should watch it.
I will. It's on my watch list.
If the worst thing in the movie is where did Jennifer Connelly get that boat, it can't be that bad.
I watched The Menu since the last time.
Oh, what'd you think of The Menu?
It was quite good.
It is a good movie.
It is.
Mm-hmm. I can't say anything about it.
That's it.
Yeah,
it's fine, light entertainment with some violence.
Yeah, and you can't, as Cheapy says about every movie, you can't think about it too much. Like you just got to get through it and go like, all right, well,
there's not that much.
They had some themes going here, and then some other stuff was just like, we needed to make a movie, so we're just gonna kind of
mix these themes together in a pot.
Like, and then you got the idea,
right? They'll think about it the next time they're in a restaurant, maybe about being nicer to the waiter, or not. I made Ty watch Back to School, starring Rodney Dangerfield.
Is that what BTS of the outline is?
No. That is the Korean band.
Okay.
I watched their story, which is more likely. That movie, Ty enjoyed the movie, first of all. It is still very funny today. Mm-hmm. Rodney is just funny standing still in a room. Just not even saying anything. Just the way he stands and just sort of like bounces around, like a small bounce. Nothing too big. It's just hilarious. So it's great to see Ty enjoyed seeing Iron Man, a very young Iron Man in the movie.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr., yes, with the purple hair.
With
blue, purple, whatever.
Do you remember his name?
I don't.
I'm surprised. You know everything.
I know. I'm like, wait, nope, I don't.
Derek Lutz.
Peter.
Lutz.
Yeah, and he wears the most ridiculous clothes in every scene. It's completely
he
different.
like Prince.
But changes like type, his whole style changes from scene to scene. Like sometimes just like Prince, sometimes I don't know. He's very weird. He's wearing a suit. Like just anyway, it was funny. We enjoyed it. And I made him.
How did that come to be? Like
it's on HBO Max. It's on HBO Max with all these other 80s movies. And I don't know.
I get served up, like my TV just thinks I want to watch nothing but 80s block.
And it's right.
It's
mostly right.
We think you'd like this movie. I'm like, yeah, I've seen it. Good.
I'd like to tame your true.
I've seen every movie that came out in the 80s. Yes, keep going. Let's try. Try to find one.
It's Back to School is just really well done. Like it's got a nice message. It's funny
to me.
And Rodney's just hilarious in it. He's so funny. Anyway,
Shakespeare for everyone.
Right. You're not good at it.
I know. I met him once.
You're doing a disservice to his memory.
I know. I met him once. He was nice.
He was?
Yeah. He was dying. He was very old at the agency 20 years ago.
Oh, man.
Towards the end. But he was nice.
Good.
The one time I met him.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Did he show you his balls? Apparently that's a thing that he does.
Yeah, no, he did not.
He's like everywhere in a bathrobe and just nothing underneath, and his balls just always come out. It's a thing. Look it up on YouTube.
That's okay. I'll take your word.
I mean, you're not going to see his balls. You're going to just hear people telling stories about his balls. What other movies have you guys seen?
I was catching up on some stuff. So I watched Prey finally. You watched that?
The Predator movie.
Yeah.
That's a quality film.
That's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's crisp. It's like probably just short of an hour and a half, somewhere in that time frame.
So key.
Right. Mm-hmm. Didn't have to think about themes too much there either.
Right. Just that women can kill too.
Mm-hmm.
That's the theme. Theme is women are good at killing too.
Yeah.
Just give them a chance and they will kill just as good as the guys.
Then I watched Lost City.
I don't know that.
Is that the Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock?
Yes, the Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock comedy romance action film. Like Indiana Jones style.
Does it have any of those things?
Good?
No, it's not very good. Like there's parts of it that are good.
Okay.
Like Brad Pitt's in this movie. He's quite good in the movie. Daniel Radcliffe is in the movie. He's quite good in the movie.
He's good in everything.
He is. Like both of those are good in everything, right? Like you're never like watching Brad Pitt or Daniel Radcliffe and going like, I think they should have replaced this person and put somebody else in. Like they're just enjoyable in every scene they're in. But the scenes with just Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock, there's not a whole lot of going on. Like, there's
Do they
not
have like
enough.
zero chemistry? I could see them not having any chemistry.
They have a little bit of chemistry because honestly, I think everybody has chemistry with Sandra Bullock. Like, that's just, she pulls
Fair.
it out of them, right? Like, I don't know. It's a movie that was made that had some very high profile actors in it. And I
I've
watched
never even
it.
heard of it. Good.
I think it was a Amazon movie, maybe? Amazon
No,
Prime
it's
movie?
is it Paramount Plus first?
Maybe
It may be on
Netflix?
Amazon now. It was never
We'll
on
never
Netflix.
know.
Yeah,
It's impossible to know.
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's on
Yeah.
streaming.
What else?
I watched
What's-
Jagged.
What's that?
That's the Alanis Morissette documentary.
Oh, okay. Is that the one that's on HBO Max?
It is the one that's on HBO Max.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that one. That's a good one.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just all about Jagged Little Pill era.
Mhm.
A little bit before that, like when she was doing the
It's
Canadian.
got a
pop
lot
princess
of
stuff, but
Taylor Hawkins in that.
It does.
The late great Taylor Hawkins is in that. It actually is very interesting. You know, that whole, because I've seen a couple of documentaries where the backup band sort of gets very close to the lead singer, and then at one point the lead singer's like, yeah, but it's me, not you, so adios. I mean, that happened in Billy Joel did that to his band, and the bassist wound up killing himself after he fired his original band. And-
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Springsteen did that to the E Street Band. That's why Max Weinberg, I listened to a thing with Max Weinberg the other day. He was so desperate for work that before he had his interview to be on Conan O'Brien, he threw up in the bathroom because he was just so nervous and he knew he needed the job so bad.
Oh,
But he
whatever.
couldn't-
Who hasn't done that?
He just could, but he couldn't let them know that he was so desperate for work. So, yeah, I don't know. Interesting stuff. Music industry's tough. Did you know that?
Everything's tough.
Yeah.
Everything's tough.
Yeah. That pretty good album, Jagged Little Pill.
It is a good album.
I don't know if you know that, but
Mhm. We both saw that tour, right? The Jagged Little Pill.
I saw it twice. I saw it when the first time it came through in a club setting, so a very
Mhm.
small club. That must have been like from that movie. That must have been like their first trip from the West Coast to the East Coast. And then I saw it when it came back to the larger venues as well. Like they were on tour for like 18 months or something on that album, I think, because they kept on putting a new single out every 3 weeks.
That was a good album. Anyway,
I want to hear about the Bad Velma TV show.
I watched the Bad Velma TV show. The problem with that show
Is that it's racist.
It's not even that. It just
It's not racist
Not racist enough.
maybe it just is. It's not like it's just it's. I think a lot of the criticism is a little overboard, to be honest. Like the reasons why people don't like it. Oh, Shaggy never looked like this, and oh, Scooby-Doo is a sacred show. No, that's not the problem with it, really. The problem with it really is just it doesn't feel like it's doing anything new. It's not particularly funny. I saw one, I don't even know who it was. Someone said that if they had leaned more into making it more of a horror mystery show, because the animation style actually is pretty cool. If they had kind of leaned into that and tried to stay away from the, oh, look, we made Velma say fuck kind of humor, it might have actually been a much stronger show. Like Scream, but with the Scooby Gang and animated, I think is a pitch that I'm interested in.
Wait, is the Scooby Gang in it or is it just her?
It's Velma, Daphne, Fred, and Shaggy, but Shaggy goes by Norval.
Why?
And he's voiced, but he's not like a stoner yet, I guess. He's like an A student.
Oh, and like season 2, if it doesn't get canceled, maybe?
I guess. He's voiced by Sam Richardson, which, I like him
Where's
a lot.
the dog, though?
There is no dog.
Well, then who cares? You gotta have the dog. Dog's the heart.
Mm-hmm. As Licensed to Chill TV says in the chat, who is this show for? That's the problem. It's not really for anybody. Like, I don't know. Is it the worst Scooby-Doo thing? Maybe not. For me, for my dollar, the worst Scooby-Doo thing is the one with the the Mexican Orphan and the box of ghosts with Vincent Price's head in it. That might be that I think is the worst Scooby-Doo. Remember that one?
Yeah, people say, who are these shows for? And then I see on this list, you also have that 90s show and Nightcourt. And I'm wondering the same question about those. Because I saw the trailer for Nightcourt, like as an Instagram ad, just like scrolling through. And I was like, is that John Larroquette's ghost? What is happening? And sure enough, like it's fucking, they're making a go of Nightcourt. Like just, why?
Nightcourt.
Like really?
We talked about it last episode.
I know, but I couldn't.
Because it hadn't premiered
it,
yet, and I said I was going to watch it, and I'm a man of my word.
Yeah, seeing just the commercial triggered me.
It's again, as that same person licensed the chill said in the chat, it has more heart and passion than Velma does. There's people who made these shows that care about what they're making, and it doesn't try to be any more than what it is. It's, oh, here's Nightcourt, and we're going to make more of that. Is Nightcourt problem free? No, it's not problem free.
Did they have a tall bailiff? Super tall, weird looking bailiff?
No, they have an African American woman bailiff.
Oh, well, they had that before.
Yes, they did. So, I mean, the cast is fine. You know, you have John Larroquette. You have, what's her name from Big Bang Theory? Melissa Rauch. That's who it is. And it's cute enough. She's the daughter of Judge Harry Stone. She's Harry Stone's daughter. We don't really know who her mom was yet. They haven't said.
Oh, boy.
Roz.
Fingers crossed.
Gotta be Roz.
They haven't said if it's Christine.
It's Bull.
Well, it's sort of weird because in every episode, John Larroquette and new Judge Stone, like they have conversations about, when I worked with Harry and when I worked with your father and I were so close and I learned a lot from him. Yeah. And she's like, I learned a lot from him too, blah, blah, blah. This is the lesson. I'm like, and there's that, I saw it in like one of the write-ups that she's the daughter of Harry and Christine. And I'm like, what about your mother who not only worked with Dan for a decade, but like they did have a relationship at one point in the show also. And, there's like a whole thing there. Like at some point you got to say, did you not learn anything from your mother? You didn't learn anything about, like you're talking about how you learned how to be compassionate.
We don't know who her mother is. Yeah.
Well, they haven't mentioned it in the show. I've only seen it in a synopsis. So I'm wondering if maybe they wrote that out.
Or too early.
Or is it too early? Or maybe are we going to find out?
Stop reading synopsis about
I guess.
about Nightcourt reboots.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to change it to aliens.
I don't even remember like Harry and like it's been a long time. I don't even remember if Harry and Christine like they were an item on Nightcourt. I don't even remember
At the end, that's how the show ends.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think it ended when I was like, okay, I've seen enough Nightcourt.
I watched a lot of Nightcourt.
Right.
I watched a lot of Nightcourt.
I love Nightcourt. That was probably my favorite show of the 80s.
That's where I learned about horny guys at Nightcourt, from John Larroquette.
Yep. And I did watch the 90s show the whole season.
What?
I did. I watched all 10 episodes of that 90s show.
Why?
They're only like 22 minutes long. It's not like I sat through that much.
But what? So obviously you watched that 70s show.
Yes.
Then
I watched probably like the first 5 seasons of that 70s show. I did not watch all 9 seasons of that. I kind of outgrew that 70s show.
Well, yeah, I mean it went through cast changes and everything towards the end too. I think that's what everybody did with that 70s show.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
So what made you want to go back to the basement here?
I think it was, honestly, it was something to put on. I've mentioned this before. I like to put on something that I don't have to think about while we're eating dinner. And it became a good, like, how
about talking to each other about your day?
No, my wife works behind me.
How about your children, talking to your children about their days?
I don't talk to them. By them, we're all talking.
How about watching actors play children on TV and ignoring the family?
It's not terrible. It's cute. It's okay.
There, like like the mountains.
Yeah. Again, it's different than Velma in the sense that it doesn't try to be anything more than it is. Like this little bit of like, it's nostalgia for that 70s show, and it's nostalgia for the 90s. It's nostalgia wrapped in a nostalgia blanket, So you're gonna watch this and you're gonna turn your brain off, and for 22 minutes, you're gonna be like, all right, yeah, all right.
Times
and then
10.
it's gonna and you do that 10 times and then it's over.
Right.
Is Red still mad?
Red is still mad. Yeah.
Okay,
Red and
great.
Kitty are in every episode. So
Of course they are. That's the whole selling point of the thing is we brought back Red and Kitty.
Wait,
Yeah.
he's dead though.
No, he's not.
The guy actor who plays Red isn't dead.
Kurtwood Smith is still alive.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I thought
From
he was
RoboCop,
dead. Holy
star
shit.
of RoboCop. Yep.
Wow, I
Kurtwood
thought-
Smith.
I was pretty sure he was, the other guy died. Bob Morton. The actor who played Bob Morton died.
Yes.
I got confused.
But they're still in it, and you got Topher Grace is there and for an episode, and Laura Prepon is there for 3 episodes, and Wilmer Valderrama shows up looking old and creepy looking.
Oh wait, Red has something to say.
Bitches leave.
All right.
So yeah.
What else are you watching?
I watched the hatchet wielding hitchhiker documentary.
I saw that and I thought about watching it, but I felt like it might be a time wasting trap.
It is a time wasting trap, but here's where it got interesting. This is why I remembered to put it on. Remember when you were talking about sleepaway camp and towels like not too long ago on this very show? Okay. Do you remember my story when I went to sleepaway camp and there was the sports guy?
Yeah,
the head of the sports.
He told you to go home.
Yeah,
Or
here.
you don't belong here.
Yeah, you don't belong here.
So one of the women that exploited the hatchet wielding hitchhiker, not realizing that he was a psychopath, is the daughter of that guy.
You're kidding.
No.
What?
And I'm watching this documentary and I go, that woman looks so familiar. How do I know her? And then her name popped up on the screen and I literally fell off the couch. Because
Well, maybe
she's
I
not
need
married,
to watch it now.
So it had, she had her same last name. And I'm like, holy crap. She almost got killed by the hatchet wielding hitchhiker.
Is the movie good?
Or
Should I
whatever,
watch
the
it or
hatchet
no?
wielding, whatever he is.
Hitchhiker. That's
yeah,
right.
is that, yeah, that's right.
Is it good? Should I watch it or no?
It's not bad. Do you know the whole story?
I know.
You should watch it.
Okay.
It's short. It's not like a series. It's just the one
and
hour and a
done.
half.
Okay.
Thing. And you find out
Some cool
everything.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Like you find out about how exploitive people can be without doing an iota of research if they think that they're going to get something out of it.
Sure. Okay. I like that concept. That interests me. I like
and that's really what it's about. And it's freaking scary that someone will just like pop up on TV and it's like, hey, I'm a good guy. I saved these people. And it's like, all right, let's make you a star. Let's put you on Jimmy Kimmel.
Right.
And then, there's.
Then he makes a duty somewhere.
And then.
All right. What else we got here? I watched this new series. I think it's new. It's called Irma Vep. It's on HBO. It's really like a series about actors. It's about a popular actress who's filming a TV series in France, and it's like a remake of some like classic vampire thing. But it's basically like a behind the scenes look at like famous. You would probably like. Well, I don't know, Wombat. You like that type of, industry, like movie making industry stuff. But it might be just a little too dry. Like the writing is really good. They sound like real people talking to each other, but there's not that much going on. But it's very, very interesting how they flash back to like the original series that's being remade here. There's like a lot of artistic merit to what's going on, and there's sex in it. It's good. It's lesbians and nudity and sex. It's called Irma Vep, and it's on HBO. We've watched the first 2 or 3 episodes, and we like it. That's what we're watching now.